Welcome you in the class of engineering hydrology. In last class I told you the fundamentals of flood routing, and I also told you the two cases. First one case is the channel routing, where the estimation of the flood at section 2 need to be determined, and in case of reservoir, we need to estimate the flood at section 2. Today we are going to discuss the storage routing, means reservoir routing. Okay. So, in reservoir routing, section 1, okay, section 1 is this one and section 2 is this. Okay. This is the level of the water initially. This is the initial level of the water before entering of any flood at section 1. Okay, before entering any inflow hydrograph at section 1. Okay, when this inflow unit hydrograph enters at section 1, then the procedure to predict the outflow at section 2, that is flood routing. And since here we are predicting the flood hydrograph at downstream over the reservoir. That is why it is reservoir routing, or we can say storage routing. Okay. So, here we need to assume one thing. Okay, we need to assume one thing, and what is the assumption? The assumption is the water level in the reservoir is horizontal. Water level in the reservoir is horizontal. Okay, in the horizontal before entering the inflow hydrograph and after entering the hydrograph. Actually, it will never be possible. Okay, before entering the input hydrograph, okay, the level was uniform, steady flow. It can possible to achieve a constant height, okay, throughout this reach. But when flood is entering at section 1, then the level of water within the reach in section 1 and 2, it will be like this. Okay. So, here we will assume that the water level in the reservoir, it is horizontal. Okay, it is horizontal, which is wrong, but we will assume. That is why the estimation it will not be accurate, but we will get some idea of this outflow hydrograph. Okay. So, if we assume this, if we will take this assumption, then we can have two parameters. First one thing is storage. First one is storage, and second one is discharge. Both will be the function of this height h. Both will be the function of height h. Okay. Storage, it will be the function of depth of the storage, and the discharge, it will also be the function of depth of storage. Okay. It means these two things we can have the idea, means that are the known parameter. Okay. So, in storage routing, this is our input, this is our input, this is our input, and the output which we need to predict at section 2 is number 1, discharge versus time, means outflow hydrograph, and second one is the depth at particular time, means depth versus time, and second storage versus time. So, these three parameters we need to determine within this routing. Okay. So, today we will see how these parameters can be quantified. Okay. So, first let us understand how storage elevation curve can be determined for any section. Say for example, we have this type of the section. Okay, we have this type of section. Okay, and with the help of survey means making the contour of this section. Okay, making contour of this section like this, okay, we can calculate the area. We can calculate the area within different height. Say this one as H1. Okay, the area A1, okay, at height H2, the area, okay, the area A2 can be calculated, and similarly at height H3, the area of the water, okay, that area can be calculated. That area can be calculated with the help of the survey, survey and planimeter. Okay. So, with the help of planimeter, area enclosed by the contours is determined, and hence the volume of the water stored between any two successive contours can be determined. Okay. And we can use any one formula if we are considering the successive areas as trapezoid in form of trapezoid, then we will use this one formula, means h by 2, okay, times of a1 plus a2. H is it is the successive, means this one, okay, this one height. Okay, if we are considering the volume of the water stored within this, okay, means a1 and a2. Within a1 is this area and a2 is this area. Okay, within a1 and a2, if we need to calculate the volume of the water stored, okay, that can be calculated with the help of that formula, and in that formula we consider the this one as trapezoid form. Okay. In conical form, okay, if we are considering the conical form, then that formula is revised by these equations. Okay, a1 plus a2 plus under root of a1 into a1 a2. Okay. And in prismoidal formula, in prismoidal conditions, okay, we need we will use this one formula, h by 6 times of a1 plus 4 am plus a2. What is am? Am is the area enclosed by contour line midway between the two adjacent contours, means this one area. Okay, that one area we need to find out if we are considering the prismoidal format. Okay. So, the volume stored within successive areas, that can be calculated. Okay. So, this formula is helpful to find the relation between discharge and storage. Okay, in terms of height, depth of storage. Okay, that we can achieve. Okay, that we can achieve. Okay. Okay. storage, okay, storage, okay, okay, discharge, okay, for discharge we need one more formula, okay, we need one more formula, but here through this phenomena we are able to establish a relation between storage in depth of the storage, okay. And outflow storage relationship, means q versus h, okay, q versus h, okay. So first one was first one was s versus storage versus h, and second one is q versus h, okay. So here we will use certain formula which has been derived in fluid mechanics, okay. In fluid mechanics, spillway, okay, this is sluice gate here, okay, at height h s l, okay, from the bottom, and this is the here this is the spillway, okay, this is the spillway, and the height is the height of the reservoir, it is sh, and total water level is h, okay. So this difference is capital H minus hs, okay. So in case of spillway, okay, this discharge q spillway, okay, that can be calculated using this expression 2 by 3 CD1, okay, CD1 it is the coefficient of discharge for spillway, okay, it is the coefficient of discharge for spillway times of under root 2g L, okay, L is the length of the spillway crust, okay, times of this difference, okay, h minus hs times of 2 by 3, okay. So the discharge can be calculated if we know this height h, okay, in terms of this height h we can calculate, okay. In sluice gate we have this one formula, okay, CD2 it is the coefficient of discharge for sluice gate, okay. A, it is the area of the sluice, whatever area, cross sectional area, okay, under root of 2g into the difference is h minus SL, okay, this one, okay, since this is the pressure at this gate, okay. So and the total discharge through spillway and sluice, it will be sum of these two, okay. So we will use this expression, these formulas for getting the relationship between the outflow and storage, okay, okay. Let us take one example to clarify the things, okay. In this example we have a topographical survey of a proposed reservoir site yielded the following data, okay. The contour elevation and area in hectare is given to us, okay, contour elevation in meter and contour area in hectare, it is given to us, okay. At different elevation 470, it is area is 219, 472 area is 227, at 474 meter elevation the area is this, and so on, okay, okay. As long as the elevation is increasing, the area obviously the area will increase, okay. So this is the topographical survey of a reservoir, okay. And through that topographic survey we need to establish the relation, between storage versus h, number 1, and second objective is to establish the relation between outflow, means discharge versus h, that we need to, that is the objective behind this example, okay. So different formula, okay, discharge formula that we will use, okay, and for that we need coefficient, different coefficient value CD. Okay. So, here it is given there are two circular sluice, okay, sluice gate, two circular sluice gate, okay, with diameter of 2.5, okay, same diameter. Okay, we have two sluice gate of diameter 2.5 meter and with their centers at the elevation of 470, okay, with the elevation of 470, okay, means this one height, okay, this one H S L that is given here, it is H S L that is 470, that is 470. Okay. I spillway with an effective crest length of 20 means L is equal to, this is L is equal to how much? L is equal to 20, L is equal to 20 is also provided with its sill at 480, okay, 480 meter, 480 meter means 480 meter means this one height, okay, this one height HS, the HS value is this, HS value is this, okay. The CD for sluice may be taken as 0.8, okay, for sluice it is given as 0.8 and for spillway it is this entire value, okay, this entire value it is given as 2.25, okay. So, prepare the storage discharge curve for the reservoir, use trapezoidal rule, okay, means we need to follow this one, okay, we need to follow this one equation, del V equals to H by 2 times of A1 plus A2, okay. So, we need to make a table, we need to make a table depending upon the elevation, area it is given to us, okay, at 470 it is 219, okay, that has been written, okay, at 472 227 240, okay, these are the data, okay, and average, okay, since we need to use this one formula del V, okay, storage that is within successive areas, it is H into what is the formula, it is H by 2 into, it is H by 2 into A1 plus A2, okay. So, it is better to calculate the value of A1 plus A2 by 2, okay, so that has been calculated, okay, in this column, okay, in this column. So, this value 223, how it will be calculated? It is the average of 219 plus 227, okay, and this one value, it is the average of these two, okay, and 248 it is the average of these two, okay, okay, this one value it is the average of these two. So, this column data in the column has been prepared, okay. So, incremental storage means this one, incremental storage means delta V, okay, this is value of what? This is the value of delta V, okay. Simply multiply by H, and H is what is the interval, okay, 2, okay, it is 2. So, at 2 meter, okay, incremental value of H for this data it is 2. So, multiply this one by H means we are getting this value, this one value by simply by multiplying value of H means 2, okay, means this is by contour interval, okay. So, we can calculate, now we can calculate the cumulative storage in hectare meter, okay, cumulative storage it is at this elevation, okay, it is 0, at this one elevation what will be 446, okay, at elevation 474, okay, what will be the storage? It will be summation of these two, means 913, okay, 913, okay. Similarly, at this storage what at this elevation 476 what will be the storage? It is simply 913 plus this one means this one 1410. Okay. And similarly, we have calculated that this is the total quantity of the water within the reservoir. Okay. So, storage and meter cube per second into day, that can be calculated by multiplying suitable factor. So, this is through this table we have a relation between elevation means h okay storage. Okay, let us write h here, and this is storage s. Okay, this is storage s. Okay, means at different storage we at different elevation we can have a relation between s. Okay. So, first one thing is determined. We can plot, we can also make the plot of these two parameters. The second thing, we need to calculate the discharge. We need to have the discharge versus elevation. Okay. So, we need to use the equations for discharge for flues. Okay. Discharge for flues. Okay. We have this one sluice. Okay. That equations we will use, that equation we will use. Okay. C d into A under root of 2 g. Okay. And this one value that okay, under the value, the constant. Okay. The constant it is given 2 by 3 times of C d into this. Okay. Okay. No, for sluice it is 0.8. Okay. It is C d value, C d for sluice it is 0.8. So, it is 0.8, since two gates are there. So, 2 times of area. Okay, area 2.5 meter, 2.5 is the diameter. Okay, and under root of 2 times of g into h minus 470. Okay. So, discharge in terms of h, discharge through sluice in terms of h, we can have the formula. Similarly, discharge from spillway, we can calculate using this formula, using the formula given this. Okay. This one value, that one value, it is reported in the question. Okay, it is reported in question 2.25. Okay, and under root g. Okay, this entire. Okay, it is given. Okay, means L times of h minus hs power 3 by 2. So, 2.25 into L into this one means spillway, discharge through spillway, it is in the form of it is the function of h, Okay. Through this equation, equation say this is equation 1, this is equation 1. So, from equation 1 and 2 we can calculate the total discharge. Okay. Through this table. Okay. At elevation h, discharge through spillway, okay, it will be 0 up to 480. Okay, up to 480. Why? Because there will not be any discharge. Okay, from expression also you can calculate. Okay, spillway. Okay, spillway. Okay, if h is it is valid only when h is more than 480, otherwise you will get negative value, negative discharge, no meaning. Okay, it is the so the discharge is 0. Okay, up to height, up to elevation of 480, Okay, and by putting the value of h, in this expression, we are able to find this one value, and that one value can be calculated. Similarly, for discharge for sluice gate. Okay, for sluice gate at 470 it is 0. Okay, it is 0, but when the elevation is changing, then we will get the discharge through sluice gate. Okay. So, from this formula. Okay, you see from this formula it is under root of h minus 470. Okay, if value of h is if the value of h is less than 470, then you will get negative value of discharge. It does not have any sense. Okay, that is why the elevation more than 470 will have the discharge, and discharge has been calculated by this formula, that one formula. Okay. So, this discharge, that has been calculated. Okay. So, therefore, discharge, total discharge will be summation of these two, spillway plus sluice. Okay. So, it is 0, this one, this one. Okay. By summing up, we can calculate the total discharge. Okay. So, in summary, we can have this one relationship. Okay. Storage discharge relationship at this one elevation. Okay. Storage is 0 and the discharge is 0. Okay. At 470. Okay. At 472 we will the storage we have 51.62. Okay. In this unit, and discharge is this. Okay. At this one 474, this one storage and this one is the discharge. Okay. And so on. Okay. Say what is the importance of this this exercise, okay, of this calculation. If we need to find, okay, suppose it is asked to find storage S and Q at h is equal to 475 meter of elevation. Okay, 475 meter of elevation. Then that data, okay, h is equal to 475, okay, will be in between these two. So, storage and discharge, okay, we will interpolate for storage, we will interpolate these two values for getting the storage at this elevation. Okay, this is the importance. Okay. Similarly, discharge at this elevation, we can we need to interpolate these two data. We need to interpolate these two data. Okay, we need to interpolate these two data, and that will be used. That expression will be used in continuity equations to predict the flood hydrograph at the at the section 2, means outflow hydrograph. Okay. So, in next class we will be discussing the different methods of reservoir routing, and then we will take one example to understand for better understanding of the concept. Okay. So, thank you very much. Thank you. These are the references, and thank you very much for listening, and in next class we will be discussing different methods of storage routing.